Hello and welcome. My name is Amy Bell, and I am the founder and creative director of United Colors of Design Media. And I am so grateful that you've decided to join us here today as we open a deeper conversation around the energy and psychology of color and how it impacts our designs, art forms, mood, and journey on this planet. My mission is to help creative professionals like yourself thrive as entrepreneurs. And we're doing this by meticulously curating content in the areas of education, business, lifestyle, and design inspiration, supporting you in making quantum leaps in your business and personal life. With United Colors of Design magazine, podcast, and TV as our vehicles. Each quarter, we take a look at one specific color, working our way through the rainbow. And today, our special guest is going to be seeing their area of expertise through the lens of that color. It's my intention today and every day that we really hear one another by speaking a language that connects us all, the language of color. So let's get this conversation started, shall we? All right. It's a bit of a long intro, but I think we need that time to get sharing and get out into the world and bring in some of the people that are going to catch us live today. We are coming at you at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, November 16th. Wow, I blinked and the whole half month of November just disappeared. I cannot believe it. I have an incredible guest today. Every single time I talk to her, she's one of our columnists, the Color of Feng Shui columnist, and I learn so much. She has a group on Facebook called the Colors of Feng Shui, and she just dumps amazing information in there every single day. I've learned how to keep my hallways clear of clutter because they're like the arteries of your home, and so it's good to keep them clear, which I did not have them clear. I had some stuff bunched up in there. And just this last issue that she's done, the Coral edition, which was the Peach Blossom Luck Remedy. Oh boy, I activated this direction in my home, activated this peach blossom area, and within 2 days, miracles happened. So I want to talk to Sherry about that and find out what the heck was going on, because I had no idea by putting some flowers in a certain space in your home, you could actually bring in miracles. So I want to talk to her about that. And I just want to let you know that you need to give permission to Facebook. If you are going to be commenting on any of the conversation we're having here, just say okay to Facebook to allow us to see your beautiful face when you post a comment. Otherwise, it's a blank head on a little post and we can't tell who's commenting. And I really do like to know who's commenting. So if you're listening now, just say hello, I'm here. And then stick around because I'm going to put up the chart so that you can see what your birth year is. And then we'll talk about what direction is going to activate the peach blossom energy in your home. Okay, so don't go away, stick around because Sherry is like the total expert in this. I just want to read you Sherry's bio because she's been doing Feng Shui for quite a while and she's got some really great certifications here. So Sherry, like I said, is our Colors of Feng Shui columnist in United Colors of Design magazine, which is this one. We are working on the Coral edition. So every expert is seeing their area of expertise through the lens of Coral for this quarter. Okay. Sherry is a certified Feng Shui practitioner and graduate of the International Feng Shui School. She is also a graduate of the New York Institute of Art and Design, where she studied Feng Shui interior design. She's a red ribbon professional member of the International Feng Shui Guild and has been practicing Feng Shui for over a decade. She resides in Niagara, Ontario with her husband and Maltese fur baby, because we love the fur babies. Welcome, Sherry. I'm going to bring you up to the stream. Hello.
Hi, Amy. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay. I'm excited about every one of your articles, but this one in particular worked so quickly and so magically. I can't wait for this conversation.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
You are always very helpful when it comes to my crazy questions. But Sherry, what do I do with this? Sherry, what do I do with that? And in your group, I really suggest everybody that's watching live or watching the recording, go into Sherry's group. It is the Colors of Feng Shui, and it's on Facebook. So we'll put a link into the group at the end of this broadcast, so you'll be able to see it. So, Sherry, why Feng Shui?
Well, Amy, in my earlier years, I was a nurse for many years. I worked as an RN, and I retired. After I retired from nursing, my husband and I traveled extensively, and then my life kind of went flat for a while. Like I was, needed something to do. So I started to pursue the arts, which I have a little bit of a background anyway in. And I started getting into some esoteric energy work, etc. Right. Mm-hmm. And I fell upon Feng Shui, and I was intrigued by it. And it's just bitten me by I just fell in love with it, and I can't get enough of it. And I've studied and continue to study, and here I am.
Wow. Well, I can see why it's a little rabbit hole that you just can't get enough of.
Yeah.
And then when you most recently you invited the energy of color into your study of Feng Shui, and that is
just the color, adding the color, because obviously color is such an excellent source of energy and has its own frequency and vibrations. Well, what do you think Feng Shui is? It's all about energy and frequency. So color is a natural enhancement and something to integrate with Feng Shui. So it just works beautifully. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So we do have a few people watching. I just wanted to bring up I think we have Judy, and we do have somebody from somewhere UK, because they just said good afternoon. So somewhere to the east of us, they're watching.
Hello. Over the pond. Hello.
So I'm going to add in to our stream here. This is the zodiac chart of all of the animals in the Chinese zodiac. So there's a little thing Sherry and I were talking before the broadcast, and I had mentioned that prior to reading her article, my partner, Brian, is born in the first part of the year. So he's born on the 4th of January, which actually means something that I didn't know, right, Sherry? What were we?
Well, what you do is because the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac chart, and Feng Shui is based on the lunar calendar. So if you're born between January the 1st and February the 4th, to calculate your proper zodiac animals, you have to go back a year. So you subtract 1 year because of that, because of the way the calendar works. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and some people aren't aware of that, but there you go.
Yeah, I had no idea until I read your article, and I went, we've been planning an awful lot of stuff. Does that go for not just your energy, like goat, animal, whatever, monkey? Is that when you calculated our chart, you would have taken?
Yes. Yes. When I'm calculating Feng Shui for the individual to find out the best energy for your home and the energy to support you, yes, your trigrams, it's called. We all have a personal trigram, and your trigram lets you know if it's what color you should use, what elements. So you definitely do the same thing. You do that from January 1st to February the 4th. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So I did my calculation at 1968
Oh,
fully into 1968. So I am a monkey.
oh, monkey.
And the monkey is, let me just put this up here for those that are a monkey, a rat, or a dragon.
It's yes, your peach
Direction.
blossom direction is west if you're a monkey or dragon or rat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you just talk a little bit about what the peach blossom luck remedy is? Because there's a lot of remedies in Feng Shui.
There's the peach blossom remedy is basically called the romance star. There is actually a star in Feng Shui that you can actually also activate in your home from the flying star chart. But in this situation, you don't even need to do that. There's different forms of peach blossom remedies, but this one I found was really quite powerful. And because you can bring in a lot of the elements, your own particular direction, the element that supports you, the color that supports that element, and the water. The water is the big, big element that draws that energy, that collects the chi to really activate your good energy for that. So peach blossom stems back from the Chinese culture that, thousands of years ago. And of course, the peach blossom and the coral color in the Chinese culture and Feng Shui represents longevity, prosperity, likability. So it works beautifully with all the Feng Shui teachings.
Yes.
And peach blossom really originated from a Feng Shui practice called the Four Pillars of Destiny. And that's a whole other layer of Feng Shui, too. It's just layer after layer.
Oh, there's so many.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so for I'm just putting up so people can see, we did the rat, the dragon, the monkey. I just showed the horse, dog, and tiger, which is east. Now we've got pig, sheep, and rabbit, which is the north direction. And if you happen to be a snake, ox, or rooster, we're talking about the south area of your home. And in the magazine, Sherry's article has like the specific compass directions, but generally speaking, this is your direction, right?
Correct.
So also in the article, you've got the colors of so we're essentially taking a vase of water. Yeah.
Yeah. You're taking a vase of water, and basically when you take your vase of water, make sure that it has a very large mouth on it, because you want to make sure that energy, that auspicious chi, is collected by the water. So the water, as I said, is the primary focus, but to activate it and to enhance it, you can use the vase that is made of the element that supports that direction. For example, in the east, the element of the east is wood. So you would be best to have a wooden vase, maybe bamboo, etc., something like that. And then the color of the east is green, but also water supports wood, so it can be green or blue. So that's how all of that works together, Amy.
Okay, so for the what direction was I? The west direction.
For the west direction,
yes.
Yeah. So you would have, because it's the west, and the west is the element of metal. Metal is associated with the west in Feng Shui. And the colors in Feng Shui that represent the west are white, gray, and pastels. So you would take your vase and put the water in it and try. It would be better if you could have a metal vase, but it's hard to find a lot of metal vase. So I suggest glass or crystal, because that kind of represents the water element, and water is also made from metal. So you see how you can work around the productive cycle of the elements.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what you do with that situation. And the color, so you'd have 6 or 7 flowers, because the numbers 6 and 7 are West numbers. Okay. So there's a lot behind it, but it's basically the numerology behind it, the element, and the basic water. and all of that activates it. So your chi, that auspicious chi, is pulled, that energy is pulled into that direction because that's your date of birth. And that's when we are born. It is believed that when we're born, we all have a soul contract, and we are all born with a specific element or color and numbers. So that is the feng shui aspect of this.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I read the article. I did what you asked, and I didn't follow it 100% because I didn't have all of the stuff. I was going on the assumption that anything in there to sort of amp up the energy is
Well,
going to be okay. Because I did not have a metal vase, but I do have
okay,
a glass vase. And
perfect.
I wasn't looking at the colors so much in the flowers as just, when you get flowers as a gift from your honey, you can't
You
say
don't,
I'm sorry.
you bet. Yeah.
So Brian knew that I was working on this, and I was looking in the article, and I said, oh, I've got to activate my peach blossom and I need some fresh flowers. And so he just went out and got them for me, and it was perfect. Actually, first he went out and got me a little plant.
Aw.
And so
Well, excuse me, Amy, you can use a plant also. However, the plant still needs to be in water. So I would suggest just fresh flowers for it.
okay, good. Yes. So we removed the plant because I don't do well with living beings. I kill them really quickly. And I put in the fresh cut flowers in the vase of water. And so thank you for mentioning that the water is the key thing here, like where it's collecting the chi, and then the amount of flowers, the color of the flower, and the element of the vase the water sits in are the things that are amplifying the chi.
Yes, it enhances it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Awesome.
I think that let's just see if we have somebody. If you're listening right now, feel free to put in what animal you are. So check on the chart here, and let's just. Hopefully you can see the chart nicely. And then we can put up your area direction, and we can maybe talk about it a little bit. I know Judy is in August, but I'm not sure what year. So Judy, if you want to calculate your year and animal and put it into the chat, then we can see. Or if you're watching on YouTube or LinkedIn, oh, we've got a goat. We have a goat. Yes.
Ooh, we've got a north girl. A goat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
North
hold
direction.
on 1 second. Is a goat also, because I have
sheep?
Sheep. Okay.
Sheep and goat are the same. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So north direction. And so what's the element and the colors that would best suit the north direction?
The north direction is associated with the water element.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely use blue, blue or white, because white is metal, and metal creates water through condensation. So blue flowers or white flowers work beautifully. And you could have a metal vase. I'd use a metal vase in this situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could use crystal too, but metal would give it a little bit more oomph.
Okay, so the sheep and the monkey dragon area. So we've got which area is this? This is the north direction. Yes, north.
Yeah.
And the west direction of the like the dragon or the rabbit, or sorry, the dragon, monkey, or rat is also metal. Like they are also.
It's west. Yeah, it's metal. It's also metal, but also too you can use earth to support the metal, because in the productive cycle of feng shui, earth supports metal. Metal comes from the earth. So you could use a metal vase, but I'd suggest earth, stoneware, ceramic, but you could use metal too.
And that's for the west direction?
That's right. Yeah, that's for the west. Yeah.
So for north, also place 1, 6, or 7 flowers that's what your note here in the
magazine.
magazine says. So
Yeah.
1-6, so just a single
Yeah.
white rose or a
Yes.
single white flower would
Yeah. Yeah. Or one blue iris, for example, because 1 is the number of the north in feng shui, number 1. So you use the 1, which would be the north direction's number,
Mhm.
or you could also use the metal, because metal supports it, and the numbers for metal are 6 and 7. So you could do 1, 6, or 7. That's why that works so well.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So I think what happened to me was when I activated the area within my office, because I wanted to focus on just the money making space of
Yeah.
this household. So I was standing in my office with the compass, and I got to the direction, which I
Right.
don't know if you can see it. This is a backwards camera, so there it is right there. That's my little vase of flowers, and that is there's 5 of them in there.
Mhm.
Because for the west, we have 2, 5, or 8 flowers in yellow or white is ideal.
Yeah.
And the stoneware, you said, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I went rogue. I just put like a whole bunch of flowers into a vase in that section of the house and in my office. And within 2 days, I was at a women's retreat up north and met the most amazing women. None of us had ever met before. We were coming together from meeting on Facebook through the whole COVID scene, just engaging with one another on different platforms, going to different events like virtual events together. But none of us had ever been in touch with one another physically or in the same space. And I was a little nervous about that because I was like, man, I don't know what happened. You know, I'm going up to a stranger's cottage and who knows. Anyway, I was the whole way up. I was so excited. I cranked the music, and it was a Friday afternoon, and I could not stop dancing in my car. The commuters, so they were obviously looking at me, going, "Clearly, she's not a commuter if she's having that much fun in the car." And I was just energizing myself as I went up, and I actually have met 2 people from that weekend that are partners with me now, because the Blossom is about creating partnerships.
Oh, that's wonderful, Amy. That's amazing.
Yeah, so they're going to be joining the magazine in different capacities. And I was like, what?
Oh, that is so wonderful. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your energy, that's what's so wonderful about feng shui, because it has such an element of magic and mystery and also intention. You know, you set that intention and the energy is alive. It almost knows. It's amazing. It's really amazing when you put the work into it. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Good for you.
Yes. I think anytime I've done any of your suggested activations, which come from your group or the consultation that you and I had specifically about my space, but in general, the group, you're giving so much information out there, just as generally speaking, in this direction, put something like this to do. This year's doing this energy, and you should put this in. Like, Sherry, I just can't even tell you how helpful that whole group has been since you've created it.
Thank you, Amy. It's a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to share the energetic knowledge, and especially in our amazing group. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge through the magazine and through the United Colors of Design magazine. It's been a very lovely opportunity and a lot of fun too.
I'm trying to make it fun. I mean, how can you not have fun when you're talking about color, feng shui, energy, flowers, luck remedies?
Yeah.
The luck remedies are amazing. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you buy a house and you have not consulted a feng shui person beforehand, and you get in and you're hearing some of the stuff that Sherry might be saying, you know, just scream out to her and say, like, I don't
He
have that
does.
in my house, or what am I supposed to do? And you're just so gracious with your answers and so thorough. And it makes me so happy that I have someone like you who we can just ask questions to.
Ah,
Make sure
wonderful.
that it's all good. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Thank you for having me today. It was wonderful to have a little chat with you, Amy, as always. It's always fun and informative. And anyone out there, please reach out to me if you have any questions at all, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you.
Yes. SherryRoseFengShui.net is your website. Yes?
Yes.
And so there's a contact information there. You can reach out to her there. You can join her group on Facebook. You can reach out to us here in the chat, and we'll put the link to her group for sure, and and her website. Also, this interview series is happening because we understand that people need to be receiving information in the method that best suits them. So we do have the United Colors of Design magazine if you like to physically read your information. However, we know that that's not always the case. So it's always good to have a conversation about what you wrote so that people can understand it and see it in a different way. So thank you for indulging us in extending another way for people to get access to your information.
Very good.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the replay. Don't forget to put in your direction or your animal so that we can give you a little note later on after the video is finished. Okay? Bye-bye. Let me just get our little outro video going here, and we will end the broadcast. Thank you. Have a great day.